Greetings.
Ours shall be the burden of knowledge, to take into the earth and prove us worthy.
How unusual. A chanter away from the Grand Cathedral.
The righteous shall carry the Maker's word to every corner of his house.
Good. That will help. Goodbye.
Oh, Cole. One day you'll figure out how to talk to people. Okay, so... Interestingly, there's no question mark. I'm going to mark that just to keep it in mind, but... There's no question mark over here. It looks like a landmark of some kind. Maybe we'll get a codex entry around here? Seems codexy. Ooh, examine corpse. Do we get a quest?
So close to hope when they went.
A similar fate awaits any who linger here too long.
So he died right in front of the a well, which could have been a oh, it just ends right there. I don't think I'm supposed to look that close. Huh. Interesting. I mean, we see a corpse right next to a well, and we see it as being some sort of irony or sad truth, like someone would die. Ooh, what's this? That's a new mineral, I think. The Vandal Araya. That's a brand new type of plant for me. We assume that it's like, oh no, it's so tragic, he died right next to that place that would have saved him. But in reality, ooh, there's a statue without a need. I would assume that he probably just got killed by bandits. If I see someone dead right next to a well, I don't think, oh, it's so tragic, he died right next to a well, which is all he needed to live. I assume that what happened is he found the well, he was getting some water, maybe even hanging out a little bit, taking a break from the desert, and then someone came up and slit his throat, or filled him with, nope, I was going to say fill him with arrows, but clearly there's no arrows there. Well, maybe they took the arrows back out of his body, gross, like in Walking Dead, I guess. But, the fact that he's dead makes me think that someone just straight up murdered his ass right next to the water source. Hey you, get out of my water, that's my water. I may have not earned the water in any way, but I lay claim to it because I have sharpy pointy bits and I'm going to fill your guts with them. Isn't that funny? Ponder that while you bleed out on the floor. Yeah, that's fucked up. I'm kind of following these ruins. Ooh, and I'm being rewarded for it, so it's a good idea. I'm only really going this way because it's more noteworthy than walking blindly through the desert. But I still am headed towards that last rift. Hopefully there's more in this region than just those three. Because I'd love to keep getting that much experience per kill. How am I doing on experience? So you're... Oop, wrong tab. So you're like less than halfway, but Vasti should be further along. Yep. Let's say probably 3 more of those rifts. That kind of experience and Vasti would be leveled up. Oop. I get a ping. Right over here. I almost have to go up on top of this rock. No, that doesn't look possible. Like, ooh, there's an ocularis over there. Or whatever it's called. I'll never remember. Lonely light. Someone has lit a brazier full of oil here, possibly to act as guiding light. Should anyone need to find this rocky outcropping in the dark? Is it a specific and valuable outcropping for some reason? One would suspect that if it's marked in that way, then there's an actual reason to find it. Anyway, we're definitely going to want to follow up on what this tingly bit is. Ooh. So over here? More in this direction. Okay, I thought it was closer to the rock, but I guess not. Maybe it's over here by the... Ooh! Oh, that's Cole. I was like, who's this person that magically materialized in front of me? It's Cole McFunnynose. A journal on Dwarven ruins. I didn't think the hissing waste would be so lively, but there are hunters prowling the dunes. One of them showed me a hidden watering hole, and some fine spots to camp. I asked her about the old Tig, but she didn't even know what a Tig was until I explained dwarves had more cities than just Orzammar. She clearly thinks I'm a barmy, coming all the way here to study the ruins. Polite about it, though. The statues here were chiseled thousands of years ago, I'm sure of it. Either these people loved Dwarven architecture, or the commonly known fact that dwarves never built cities on the surface is wrong. This is the stuff that world-famous treaties are made of. Huh. So they're trying to study the above-the-surface ruins, which I guess, if this is the place that they're going to end up... Oh, you can go up there to some extent, because that's where the skull is. I suppose that if this was the place that dwarves would build something, it would explain why we don't know anything about them building above-the-ground stuff. Although, being a crazy-ass desert, for all we know, it could have just somehow been uncovered over time. So looking off in the distance, here on the left I see a vague hint of a structure on the way out to those rocks. And turning around, there's a fire straight ahead, very, very distant. This place is huge. Also some ruins down there. And hey, there you go. That specific silhouette is exactly what we saw of those weird mesas that were on the map that indicate where we're trying to go to find the venture operation that we're going after, I believe. But anyway, more notes. A journal on Dwarven ruins. Not a good day. Sandstorm blew in for hours, and I was almost bitten in half by one of those terrible spiders. Making the fire nice and bright tonight. Wounds wrapped up, but it feels hot to the touch. Dizzy. Rest a few days? Discovered one interesting thing in all the mess. The name of this place. I puzzled it from some carvings on the doors of Pharaoh's tomb. Cal Repartha. A place where we may meet in peace. I hope they found peace. I don't think that this is a place where people find peace, unfortunately. That doesn't seem to be the MO of this horrifying desert full of monsters and rifts. And other forms of screw you, it's time to die. Because that seems to be the whole region. But hey, here's another ocularis. Yes. Well, we were already pointing almost directly at one of them. And there's only one more to find. Huh. Interesting. This place is massive. See, oh, there's number 2. How far away are those? It's hard to get a sense of scale. So, 1, 2. They're both right next to the camp we're going for next. Coolio. But first I'm going to want to take care of this rift that's directly behind me, apparently. So I didn't take the fastest, most efficient route, but I found a cool, the skull of finding shards or whatever, so that's cool. Speaking of which, how many shards are there? There's 8 total. So presumably, there's probably 3 of these skulls. I found the one that shows you 2, but they usually show you 3. So I would assume the other 2 show you 3. So there's 3 skulls to get 8 shards. Otherwise, you have to find 4 separate skulls just for the 8 shards, which could be kind of exhausting. Uh-oh. Okay. This is exactly what I was hoping would not happen. We have greater terrors. I'm not a fan of these guys. And they're fucked up neck mouths. They're messed up. Terrors are the enemy. They're the enemy that gives me the most trouble out of all the Rift enemies. This guy, the Pride Demon, is not that different from a Rage Demon. Ultimately, it's just another big tanky, deep damage causing problem. But, greater terrors. These guys will be a problem because they teleport and knock people on their asses, and that can cause my entire party all sorts of problems. Thankfully, Solus already bubbled us in a better than usual way. We'll see if Cole can get off a long shot before this starts. Probably not. I mean, full draw. Sorry, I'll never remember that name. Apparently. Oh my God, 3,032.53. Okay, how you feeling there? Took out a third of his health immediately. All right, we'll see if we can focus fire on him. If we're lucky, we can get a few hits on him because he did get knocked on his ass by that blast. Let's see, do I even try a fire mine? Oh, you're out of range anyway, aren't you? Maybe Solus runs closer for just a brief moment. Okay. My hope is that I can just get a dot on him before he moves or anything. The other one's probably just going to be on its way over already? It's probably already on us. Yes, it is. Okay. I'd love to finish killing this guy before we change direction again. Huh. Alright, let's commit. Let's see if we can do... Ow. He's gonna keep knocking me on my ass, isn't he? Get out of the AoE! Okay. Now the other one's over here. How convenient. I'm very thankful for you doing that. It makes all sorts of things easier. Okay, finish him. There we go. Okay, now we're in a way better situation. Because lesser terrors on their own are annoying, but they're not as big of a threat individually. The biggest problem with a lesser terror poses, oh, he's trying to armor up. I'll show you armor. There goes your armor, asshole. Knight Enchanter! Okay, let's AoE in the middle of them to try to finish off the other lesser terror before he gets back up. I mean, greater terror, sorry. I'm calling them lesser terrors just because we only encountered lesser terrors for so long that I'm not used to the idea of calling them anything else. By comparison, you'd almost accept graders to be some kind of boss. When they're just the next thing, of course, because they want to give you a sense of progression by having you fight slightly different variations of the same enemy over time. Alright, that guy's down. How's the next wave looking? Oh, now they're all popping up. These are going to be my target because they're right next to each other and right on top of my party, so I don't want them spawning there for sure. Take care of that. Alright, now let's wait to see who spawns. So we have a Despair Demon, a Lesser Terror, a lesser... Really? Lesser terrors? Interesting decision. I would not have expected lesser terrors to show up instead of greater terrors, but okay. Let's see. Are you in range to do... Oh, you can't do a full draw yet? Come on, full draw. Full draw. Please, oh, he moved. Okay, fine. Full draw against this guy. Can you full draw against this guy? Do some damage against this asshole. Come on. You're getting knocked on your ass over and over again, aren't you? Anyway, he probably won't take damage from anything else, so we can try to just focus on this. Everyone else, focus fire on this guy. Let's try to take out one of the lesser terrors ASAP. Preferably with a few explodey type attacks. There we go. And I don't have a reason to dispel yet, do I? Don't think so. Okay, so fire attacks. Isn't that fun? Then quick self bubble, please self bubble. There we go. And with that self bubble, I'll keep myself going for a bit longer. There we go. So everyone's nice and tanky right now. We just need to beat down this lesser terror, who really lesser terrors. That's just, I did not expect that to be. Also, you'd expect a lesser terror to be like somehow lower level or something, but lesser terror is exactly as powerful as the greater. Well, I'm sure they're not as powerful, but they're the same level as the greater terrors, which is weird. You'd expect lesser terrors and greater terrors, if they're going to be in the same region, to be different levels. Go ahead and finish that rift off. Bammo! 3 out of 3. That gave us 3,900 experience between the three. That's nice, right? Alright, so rifts near the cove completed. A whole quest is off my map. Got a nice 600 influence from that. I assume that's 200 from the rift, because I think they all gave us 200, followed by 400 for finishing the whole thing. That's a whole chunk of map that has no more things to cause me problems in it. So, question is, do I go for the camp or do I go for the ruin? I mean, we could probably use. Oh shit! I need to pick this individually, or I'll never be able to tell which of these eyes I'm running towards. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the camp first. As nice as it would be to run into battle with a full bar of barrier like I have right now, I'm going to go ahead and focus on getting to the camp first so that we have a full supply of potions in case the Venatori prove to be a greater threat in this level 16 zone than many of these demons have been so far. Still a little surprised that these guys are level 16. Kinda wish this game would tell you what level range stuff would be. I know someone will condescendingly be like, why do you want this game to hold your hand? But like, the game already does level. The game already gives you recommended levels for story missions. So like, that just seems weird to me. Story missions have recommended levels, but regions don't for some reason, I guess. I don't know. It's funny, I had a recent new viewer, presumably a new viewer, started watching the Dragon Age Inquisition series from the beginning, and he's just, in every other video, he's just leaving the most condescending remarks like, yeah, Taunt tends to do that. Like, why do you want the game to hold your hand? Manually cast barriers. It feels better to do stuff on your own anyway. It's some people can't listen to commentary and actually piece out what someone means or what they're trying to say, I guess, which is weird because I talk a lot, so there's a lot of evidence to go off of. But in those early videos in particular, a lot of my complaints were due to the fact that when you give your characters commands, they would often just ignore your commands. Like, you tell them to do one thing, and then they just completely change their mind to do something else, and it's like, well, that's not how player input seems to work. And there's been less of a problem lately, so I assume, I could be wrong, maybe I'm just getting better at navigating the game, but oh god, okay, I wasn't ready for that. But, what do we have here? Oh, can I please highlight an enemy? Okay, I can highlight them now. That was weird. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Its tactical view has... There's some sort of invisible floor here that fucks up the hitbox, so I can't highlight... I can highlight that guy. But yeah, I take my cursor to these guys, the cursor just disappears and the camera goes higher. The camera's like 6 feet above their head because there's like an invisible hitbox here that fucks everything up. Thankfully for right stick clicking, so you can... Thankfully you can click the right stick to do this, because we need that. So, Zealot. Is the Zealot normal? I want to get a closer look at the Zealot. I can't get a closer look at the Zealot because I can't. The camera won't look at him properly. I think that's just a normal sword dude, and that's a big weapon dude. I don't think there's any rogues here, but they could be invisible still. Spellbinders though, those guys are assholes. So let's focus on that guy specifically. Yeah, that seems like the way to go. Let's weaken him if we can. And just really, any immediate powered moves we can use on this guy would be good. Because we don't want this guy to be a problem. Let's see, I don't remember, does this version of Vasti have chain? He does have pull chain. Oh. That'll be fun. Okay, wait 1 second for these attacks to go off on him. There we go. I guess the pull chain's not very important at this point anyway. Uh-oh, Vivian used barrier on her own. Shit. I really should disable Vivian's barrier. That'd be the smart thing to do. I mostly control her manually. So I shouldn't let her manually barrier things because she's gonna go off and get me killed. Zealot, Spellbinder. Okay, Spellbinder's already fairly starting to die. Vivian, I'm gonna have you do a potion because you're going down too fast. And then if we can, hopefully a few swipes of this attack will give my barrier cooldown down. Yeah, barrier cooldown is down. I can safely self-barrier real quick. Now let's just focus on taking the Spellbinder out before he can cause any more problems. I try to focus on spellcasters first in a given group, not only because spells are dangerous in general, but because not only the spells themselves dangerous, but they have those pesky barriers. And so they can, not only do they barrier themselves, which makes them harder to kill, but if you focus on anyone else, they're just going to keep barriering people during the fight and make those people harder to kill. Granted, being a Knight Enchanter somewhat deals with some of the difficulties there on my own, but still no less of a problem. Dear Lord, the damage I do to the damage I do to guard is severe. That guy had full guard. I think I took it out in 1 or 2 swings. So that's something I can get used to. So this area is cleared out. Good to know. So we'll be able to get our camp set up in a moment here. We also have a new quest, some kind of cave, and a landmark. Time for some reading. The 4 Pillars. Estoris. Not only did we find the Dwarven tomb precisely where I said I would, the writing on the stone uses a transitive verb found only in scripts that predate 700 TE. It means, obviously, that these ruins were built before the First Blight, just as I predicted when we started this expedition. I believe you owe me some gold. Avanthum. So, are we finding here that dwarves built above... Oh, never mind, that one actually is subterranean. I was gonna say, like, are we about to find that dwarves built above ground?
We could camp here.
What am I taking damage from? I just took damage from something. That was weird. Oh well. I was wondering if we found the dwarves built above ground ruins whenever they before the blight happened, and maybe the blight drove them underground. But that necessarily doesn't make sense either, because the blight originates underground. Although maybe people would have not known that at first, and maybe that was a nasty surprise. Let's see. We just used a few. We use a restoration potion along the way here, so we'll definitely make sure everyone's filled up on those real quick. Our camp is established, so we have a base to easily replenish our healing potions that doesn't involve going all the way back down here. Oh, what? That's a rift. That's a rift almost exactly where we just came from, too. So immediately we have another set of 3 rifts, and they're all surrounding this base. Shit. Well, that seems like a reasonable thing to tackle immediately, probably. It seems like a good idea to get rid of any rifts in the way, since you can aggro a rift just by walking too close to it, and I don't want to deal with surprise rifts, so making a conscious effort to clear them is good. Also, that's my role as an Inquisitor anyway, and we have multiple notes here that apparently give us quests. Interesting. Field of Bones, locate the missing patrol, is our new quest objective. A sand-covered note. Lefus, I expected the wagon we sent out to the canyons to return to the watchtower by evening. It is now past noon. That it does not take a half day to travel from camp to camp should be obvious, but if no one has a sense to be alarmed, look for them immediately upon finishing this letter. Take archers with you. Those spiders in the canyon seem to fear nothing but the screeching monster to the east. I'll be by the 4 Pillars. I assume the screeching monster to the east is some kind of dragon, because they often are. But anyway, Devrenix. So we have to find a missing patrol. What else is here? Sanded Ruin. Search the Ventori camp near the canyon. Search the Ventori camp known as the Watchtower. So they want to search 2 canyons. Jesus. A surprise, just a sudden surprise of 600 influence out of nowhere. And Vasti just leveled up. Oh, right. The Venatori quest was just a massive area quest. Like, it was probably just a search somewhere. So the moment I picked this up, I probably completed that quest. Okay, that was unexpected. Estoris. The work goes well, but we're bound to be followed sooner or later. I've set up watch on higher ground in the Sunstop Mountains, obviously named by someone who has never beheld a real mountain. If you're looking for Harmonum, he is looking for the tomb in the canyons to the west. Magister Arathus. Magister from the Tevinter Imperium. Dun dun dun. They're always a problem, aren't they? Oh, that's Vandal Araya. It was out on an angle, so I thought it was a torch. So when I first saw it, I was convinced that I was looking at like one of those spots where it's like, energize this to proceed, is what I thought I was looking at. So we actually can fulfill the requisition locally, although I don't know if that's worth it, because it seems like every requisition is just, you got a power. I'm like, I don't need a power. I've got like 50 billion power. I get power faster than I can spend it. Okay, there's an exclamation point here, but I can't find it, so it's probably underground in that tomb. I'm sure we'll find it when I choose to explore down there. So we have new quests here? Oh, there we go. Sand and Ruin. Sand and Ruin. So now I have 2 new Sand and Ruin quests, both of which point me in the direction of other camps we can make. These camps in particular look very close together. Yeah, there's a lot of camps around here. Okay, I think my first goal is going to be, let's see. These are actually in a sequence here, so I think I'm going to go, we'll do this rift, followed by Field of Bones, followed by camp. Then I can teleport back to this camp and go this rift, and then go Sand and Ruin, camp. It's like, because they're each in like a streak, then go back to this camp again, and go up and do rift, and then the next camp. There's like everything's sort of in a line, in sort of a sequence, so it kind of makes sense in my head at least to do them that way. Although maybe I should, you know what? Just to humor it, we'll hop down, take a look at this quest down here, just in case that is, it's probably related to the underground, but just in case we should check in case it happens to take me somewhere else. So we have some sort of thing we could read on the wall. Inscription: for pride these halls were made to honor a father's deeds and grieve his loss. Oh, this is probably the quest right here. Demons of the Stone. Until further notice, do not tamper with the torches. Lighting them in the wrong order summons demons. The inscriptions on the pillars indicate the correct order, but wait until we have confirmed the accuracy of our translations before proceeding. Hiccup. I have made maps to the other tombs where there are similar structures. Let the same warning stay your hand there. Master Gallus. Below this, someone else has written complicated formulas and scribbled many notes. Demons bound into the rock. How do these ancient dwarves manage it without mages? Binding runes? Subtle properties of stonework? Investigate. Gangui. Carved into walls. Could be translated from Old Dwarven stone waste or impure spirit of the stone. Dwarven superstition. Saw demons as impure spirits of rock? Study impossible with dormant demons. Ask Cephas and Erathus for help with binding. Ooh, sketch of Sunstop Mountain tomb. So, oh, that's actually relatively, so there's some sort of tomb, in the side of a cliff, relatively close to those giant mesas we're seeing off in the distance. Important information. So, energize. So these are the torches where if you light them in the wrong order, you apparently will, it's apparently what causes you to have problems with the demons in the walls. Demon statuette. So if I read each of these things, maybe there are clues about how to do this. So let's recheck the first one real quick, because I don't remember what it's called. Inscription. For pride these halls were made, to honor a father's deeds and grieve his loss. Who, against their father's wishes, fought from foolish words and foolish pride. For loss these halls were made to honor a brother mourned. This is the tale of Ferial, paragon among paragon among paragons, father of 2 sons. So this is the tale. That sounds like the first one. So brother mourned. What the fuck? Against their father's wishes, fought from foolish words and foolish pride. For pride these halls were made, to honor a father's deeds and grieve his loss. Halls were made for pride. The halls were made for pride and for loss. Father of 2 sons. Oh, father of 2 sons, comma, who against their father's wishes fought from foolish words and foolish pride. So, I believe that's first, and this one's second, but how do you make sense of these 2 ones about the halls being made? And for loss these halls were made, to honor a brother mourned. For pride these halls were made, to honor a father's deed and grieve his loss. Huh. The first 2 are clearly in a sentence together, but this one's harder. Huh. I could guess. There's only so many ways to rearrange these, right? To honor a brother mourned. The "and" indicates that maybe this comes second to the first one. So I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll definitely want to save first in case I get obliterated, but why not? Let's have our fun little puzzle. I have so many saves. So this is the tail. Shink. We're not dead yet. Alright, so this is the tail. And they've... who against their father's wishes fought... Yep, so I'll go with that. And then I believe this one is the... yeah, this seems like it's the first half of the sentence. And the other one's the last half. No one's attacked yet. I don't know if they attack the moment you're wrong, or they attack when you do all 4 of them if you did them in the wrong order. It's hard to tell. Am I gonna get attacked?
Something for our efforts.
A burial chamber, I think.
Marvelous. Something for our efforts. Wow, I got on my first try, and the chamber's open. Huh. Take a quick look around on the walls, because we did light a torch, and that indicates, in many cases, that there might be a Veilfire rune around. Because there are freestanding Veilfire walls. Although that might be that might just be to make it possible for someone who isn't a mage to do this puzzle, instead of someone who carries around 2 mages all the time. Hey! Seems like a success. So here's a mosaic piece, 50 more experience. Part 1 of the sacrifice mosaic for 12 pieces. I feel like I'm never going to finish a mosaic. Although I have heard this game has a... I heard this game lets you keep playing after you beat the story, so I'll probably... in that case, I'll probably complete absolutely everything. Alright, what's our reward? 146 gold, a torn paper, a key fragment. Nope, really? Why is there an upgrade for Bianca in here? Okay, Masterwork spiked longbow schematic, and what is this? Wow, a 10% attack ring. That's insane. Oh, here's the note we got. So it's another. We have a key fragment for the Tomb of Ferial, and that map should indicate the location of the Tomb of Ferial. This could be a really complicated exploration-based zone, but anyway, I need to pick a character to give that ring to. I wonder, it's 10% attack. It could actually be really good for my barrier generation on this, because this character has attack-based barrier generation, so it might be good to give it to her. What are her rings right now? Oh, the enhanced chain lightning is just something I have. I have enhanced barrier ring, and I have... what? Oh god, I have so many rings. And the ring of staggering. Yeah, I'll take 10 attack over 2 staggering, thank you. There we go. I just have so many random items that I just don't know what to do with them. There's so many skill rings. How do you even keep track of them all? They just keep coming. So, wow. So it's a ring of plus 10 attack. What is her attack stat at now? That could be scary. It should be right here, right? So attack, 40% attack. Oh, man. That's... Vivian might get scary now. Wow, so I'm happy I did this puzzle. And got it right on my first try, by the way. So that's good for me. Got the puzzle right on my first try. Just cast something just to drop this Veilfire rune. I don't need that torch in my hand anymore. And we're going to continue towards my original objective, which is to start doing these here, we're going to start doing these rifts that are surrounding the area and fork outward towards each of the 3 neighboring camps along the way. That seems like a more or less logical way of handling this. I always forget how weird the wildlife looks in this game. Anyway, Vivian might be a little scary now if she has 40% attack. Wow. So there's our next rift. This place is shockingly filled with rifts. Like no other I don't know if any other regions in the entire game have been this densely packed. Uh-oh. Remember my comment about having issues with terrors? Well, there's 3 greater terrors, right? Greater? Yep. Greater. Okay. If we can, I'm gonna want to start off with a full... You're not close enough. Yep, here they come. Oh, let's back off. Okay. Back off and go for that. Ow! Let's go for that full draw while that one's still far away. Ow! Getting knocked on my ass. I'm about to die. Oh, managed to heal in time. Motherfucker. Leave me alone. I just want to get it. I just want to full draw this asshole. Oh, well, yep, that plan's not working. Okay, Cole, I'm sorry. Definitely not going to work out for you. Let's just start doing an actual attack then. My desire to open with a long shot, a long draw, not gonna pan out for us. What can happen though is right. Let's get Cole closer to the group to lure everyone back together. Maybe do a let's do not long shot. Leaping shot will probably get you some distance so you can get away a bit. If we can group if we can group everyone together, I can create a death trap right here. We'll do a fire mine. I'll do a fire mine, and I'll do my fucking power focus shot. Everyone's gonna die here. It's gonna be devastating. So much AOE. Have fun. Oh, or everyone can get knocked on their ass. That's also an option. Wow, getting knocked over makes everyone completely disregard your commands. In my head, I'm just thinking, hey, just do that attack the moment you stand back up. That'd be cool. But no. It's cool if you want, you can just ignore me too. Alright, here comes the rift attack, so now we're all set. Let's go make a big mess. Everyone's dying, brah. Everyone's dying. How do you feel about that? Here comes friend. You really should have come in here while your friends were fighting. Now you're just alone. We took out the other 2 in like a few seconds. What are you going to amount to? Alright, the rest of the party's going to finish this guy off. I need to get in position to try to dispel. Okay. What's over here? I don't know. It's going to be gone though. Bye. Alright, what else is there? Something off in the distance? Pride Demon. Oh! 2 Pride Demons. Okay, I'm sure we can take them. Basti, keep yourself alive. Self-bubble. Might be a little redundant, but we're gonna have to commit to that. Ow, dick. Oh shit, I'm walking into a Fade Rift Geyser. That's my own mistake. Alright, keep DPSing the Pride Demon as much as we can. Get any AoEs down in the area as possible. Just to keep the DPS flowing. Really? He's gonna go all the way over there? Is he chasing other party members? Oh, don't worry, Pride Demon. That armor's not gonna last. He's ignoring us completely. Jesus. Cole? This would be a great time for you to stealth. There you go. That fixes that. Oh, or the stealth can immediately wear off, and he didn't lose aggro at all. Problematic, but he's about to die anyway. There we go. Taken care of. Turns out one Pride Demon walking very slowly across the entire map makes it very easy to completely obliterate him before he gets to his goal. I'll let the whole party just wail on this guy without letting Vasti go in yet. There we go. Okay, now Vasti, it's time to get in there. I figured if he's going to attack from... he was armored. My bad. I figured I was going to use what I learned and be like, alright, they move slow, so I'll take advantage of that and wail on him while he's approaching, but he was fully armored in a way that Vivian could have taken care of in like 2 swings, so... that strategy did not pan out. Ow, he knocked me over. I was just trying to take out your armor, brah. Why you gotta be so hostile about it? Really? How is Cole going down? Who's attacking him over there? Cole's really, really far away from the Pride Demon, and as far as I know, he only has melee attacks. I'm surprised he's even getting attacked. Okay, let's flank him before I get a... There we go. Try to flank him as much as possible just to avoid getting whipped by him. Let Vasti soak all the damage up.
We're such a good party.
We're doing really well. Let's see, as soon as I finish this, I'll check my potions. We only used 3 potions. Probably 100% Cole potions, too. I manually used 2 potions on Cole because we were having difficulties at the beginning. Because I got wailed on by the Greater Terrors back to back. And then the moment I was done with that, I guess we must have done fine all the way after that, and then eventually Cole just very abruptly took a bunch of damage later, and I guess that was the third potion, because he's doing fine now. So I have to assume that he healed up. So we're gonna look for that missing patrol, because that's the next place among our what I deem to be the efficient path of treating each of the 3 rifts as sort of like intermediaries on your way to each of the 3 camps, and in 2 cases also adjacent quests. So we're just gonna go for a pleasant jog. It's very relaxing, middle of the desert. Honestly, when the desert's not like feeling like it's actually actively murdering you, it actually feels... Oh, Red Templar camp. We're going to want to investigate for potential loot. Yes, we will. Okay, let's get in there. That spider's going to be a problem. Look how fast it's going. That's creepy. Not a fan of spiders, in the least. By the way, remember when I was struggling against level 12 cave spiders? Oh yeah, I should go back to the far west area. I'm going to want to go back to the west so I can go do that cave spider quest for any reward that might be involved. That'll probably be quick anyway. Alright, so let's lay on some early attacks. I'll go in as Cole and try to lock onto someone else. There we go. Full draw. Just feels like a waste not to take care of that bonus damage, right? That was probably a dumb use of that skill. Whoopsie. Is Vivian doing well? Vivian's on top of things. Way to go, Vivian. You know what your job is. I'm glad the AI seems to know to melee, because half the time she didn't seem to be doing that before. Cole, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of ways of keeping himself alive. Obviously, Solus can self-barrier, and other people have special abilities, but Cole seems to take damage very abruptly, and is kind of a potion leech. I would tell him not to leech potions, but then I'd have to worry about him dying in every other fight, probably. Yep. We lost 1 more potion, so he's used 4 so far. This would be much more of a problem if I hadn't upgraded potions to have a larger pool overall, because the old cap of really nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's a bummer. There's 2 chests here, and you can't open either of them for items. They're just sort of there for, like, to look cute. I'm holding off on leveling Vasti just because I don't want to waste time in a menu in the middle of an episode. Also, it's kind of nice to level up everyone at once, although there's a big gap between Vasti's experience and everyone else, like bordering on half a level. But I generally not a whole lot of immediate need to level up, so I try to do it between videos when I can. I think we've seen the level up screen enough. Although I do need to plan out. I need to figure out exactly what specialization I want to use. Alright, so somewhere around here there should be... Hello, friend. Just pummel this guy a bit. Somewhere around here there should be a lost camp that we're going to be looking out for. Look at me! Aggro on me! There we go. Effective. Alright, so this is the exact spot right here. This is the center of the symbol. So now we just need to figure out how to search. This little chunk of actual objects looks somewhat promising. Is one of these spiders bigger? Okay, so poison spider, giant spider. Both level 16. Electric resistance, immunity to poison. Okay. Poison spiders are immune to poison, but these ones aren't. There's a chest here and a dead group, so maybe that's the patrol that we're looking for. Just maybe. And maybe that chest is what we're even after. Lots of spiders in the area though, so we're gonna have to get ready for a big ol' fight. If I haven't started the fight yet, I'm gonna want to full draw with Cole just to get a nice opening shot in. I don't see aggro yet. There we go. Follow that up with a long shot if we can. There we go. So the long shot will bounce, right? Did he fire it? He must have fired it, but I didn't see it hit. Oh well. Yeah, this guy's very dead already, so that's why we do that. Vasti, let's focus fire on. Oops, no. I'm sorry. Clear commands. Don't go charging in, Cole. Everyone else continue as you want. Vivian, a little bit of... Nope, actually no, let's instead, I'll just take over... fuck it, accidentally buried. Whatever. As far as I can tell, there's not a way in this game to clear the exact command you just gave, which is kind of frustrating. Sometimes I give an individual command and I just want to undo that command because I made a mistake, either because it's not what I meant to press in the first place, or either accidentally press the wrong button, or I rethink my command and I'm like, no, that actually is a bad idea. But as far as I know, you can't clear a command unless you replace it explicitly with something, and sometimes you don't want to replace it with something. Sometimes you want to let the character do what they want, or sometimes you want to manually take over control. But even manually taking control over will not remove the command, and they'll, when you first take control, they'll start by casting that spell, and then you get control properly right after they finish. And that's a little bit iffy, but oh well. Still a great game. This is one of my favorite games of the year. Main competition being Dark Souls 2, which obviously I'm a little biased in favor of Dark Souls 2 anyway. Are more spiders heading in, or are we safe? Let's loot. Battle Mage coat. Oh, that is what I was looking for. Really? Getting a Battle Mage coat from a chest was the quest objective? Okay, whatever. We've got a little bit of influence. That seems to have been kind of pointless, though. I don't think that quest really amounted to much. There's more quillbacks there? Or quillboars? Quillbacks? I think they're called quillbacks. Let's fuck up a spider. Quick barrier. I was gonna pass you by, spider. We didn't have to fight. I was just trying to go off the camp, but you just had to decide, this is the day I die. I'm not gonna accomplish anything. I'm clearly not gonna manage to single-handedly eat 4 adventurers, so I'm dying for no good reason, but go ahead. Go ahead and do that, you dumbass spider. Dragon Age wildlife is kind of stupid. Where's the red? There's a red dot off in that direction. Oop! Accidentally passed this by. I see a red dot, but I don't see what's causing it. I also see a statue. Huh. I'll keep going towards the objective. Oh, there's another one. So this is that what I'm seeing over there too? Just a statue with a brazier by it? Are they in any ways noteworthy? Ooh! There's loot under it. Can I get up close? There we go. Dwarven plate. So it's just a random dwarf relic. Good for that requisition mission, but don't know if I want to do those. You could just as easily sell those resources for some actual money rather than getting another power on top of your stack of useless power, because you have so much power you don't even need to store it up anymore.
Wind is always going someplace. What happens when it gets there?